I've never been on a yacht, but I can only imagine they are just as calming, fancy, and beautiful as it seems. Today I'm talking about the top 10 crazy expensive yachts only rich people can afford. I'm your host Mikhail, and make sure to hit that subscribe button because it really helps us out. But enough of this, let's get on to the video. Starting off this countdown at number 10, Alasia. Way back in 2006, this yacht was the most expensive one in the world. Not so much these days, however. It has a large jacuzzi, 2 outside bars, water jets, diving equipment, fishing equipment, and a small speedboat used for dives away from the yacht. The starter rooms also include a small cinema, a large conference room, and a small restaurant, and it's owned by a Greek businessman. Figures though. Now you might think that this yacht is totally hardcore, and it is, but there are more on this list that can put it to actual shame. But I guess if you can afford to drop over $110 million on a yacht, you're doing okay. Number 9, Ambrosia. Ambrosia checks in at $119 million, and it actually appears to be for sale right now. But you probably won't be able to buy it unless you're Elon Musk or the founder of Chick-fil-A or something. But if you're looking for a yacht that features diesel-electric azipod propulsion, which brings to yachting a level of fuel efficiency, safety and quiet, and flexible operation previously seen only in commercial and military ships, and also has an interior by renowned French designer François Zeretti. Incorporates a highly refined art decor themed interior with extensive use of marquetry, hand-cut carpets, elegant staircases, and hand-painted murals. And if you have around $120 million lying around, then you might just be in luck when it comes to your next boat. Number 8, Polaris. The Polaris comes in at a whopping $130 million. Oh, but don't worry, we aren't even getting close to the most expensive yachts on this list. It was commissioned by a Saudi Arabian businessman before it was sold to a Russian billionaire, who ended up outfitting it with a second helicopter pad because apparently one wasn't enough, clearly. At one point, the yacht had a crew total of 46 people, and it eventually sold to David Geffen, who, if you don't know, is the maker of DreamWorks. You know that little moon with the guy and the fishing rod? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. This boat can also accommodate 18 and 46 crew, but based on the size of it, it seems like it can hold a lot more people. This might seem like we're reaching the heights of extravagance, but believe me, we aren't even close to getting to the most expensive yachts that were ever made. You're just gonna have to keep watching or skip to the end, but that's boring and no fun. And you guys aren't boring, are you? Number 7, Project Mars. Coming in at around $160 million, some of its features are an exterior lounge connected to the main saloon, an enclosed living garden, a backlit bar, a backlit onyx fireplace, a glass bridge, a formal dining room, a VIP cabin, children's quarters, a guest cabin, a helipad, an office, a gym, a sauna, and a steam room. I mean, that sounds like a lot of value for $160 million bucks, right? Who wouldn't want to spend that much money on something like this? I guess if you have that money to spend, you might as well spend it on luxury, right? Or I suppose you could just buy an entire third world country or try to solve world hunger. Number 6, Rising Sun. The Rising Sun comes at $200 million. It's been owned for a while by David Geffen, who I already mentioned on this list, but this is his second one, and is one of the largest yachts in the world. Also, I just thought about this, but like if you have a yacht, why would you need a house or a car? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm being unrealistic, but to me, it's like if you have a mode of transportation and you have shelter, that's the thing though, I guess. These people who own yachts aren't about having something they need to survive. It's just something that they want. They're about having something that makes them appear richer than everyone else, which I mean, it does that, but anyway. Halfway, number 5, Seven Seas. Another that comes in at $200 million is a yacht known as Seven Seas. It used to be owned by Steven Spielberg, but he decided it wasn't big enough. Steven didn't realize how much he'd enjoy cruising the ocean. Now, he said he'd like to spend more time exploring the seas and bring a few friends along for the ride, so he decided to upgrade to a bigger yacht. This is the kind of thing that makes me wonder if people in Hollywood have totally lost touch with what's going on in the world. Actually, what am I talking about? Of course they have. A tremendously influential film personality since the 50s, Steven Spielberg is known for producing and directing some of the most successful contemporary films. He's also one of the wealthiest people in film and clearly decided to spend some of his wealth on his passion for the ocean. According to rumors, the famous director took Seven Seas on a trip down memory lane when visiting places that he first explored while filming some of his movies, like North Africa when he directed Indiana Jones, China where Empire of the Sun was filmed, and Hawaii where parts of Jurassic Park came to life. The Seven Seas can comfortably accommodate 12 guests and 26 crew members, enough to ensure absolute comfort for every visitor. The sizable master suite, study, private owner's deck, a fully equipped gymnasium, a helipad, 2 cinemas, a spa and massage room, and private jacuzzi deck ensures an exclusive experience for Spielberg himself, even when entertaining guests. The interior is tastefully decorated by the esteemed design firm Nuvolari and Leonard, and boasts great expanses of walnut, rosewood, and teak. Guests can also look forward to using the 2 custom-built onboard tenders. Number 4, Dilbar. The Dilbar comes in at $256 million and is one of the largest yachts in the world, and is owned by Russian oligarch Alisher Osmanov. What's up with how rich Russians are these days? If you are a certain age, then you remember how Russians weren't supposed to be rich. They were supposed to be scary and hiding in the shadows, not cruising around on one of the most expensive yachts in the world. Well, times have changed, and these days the Russians aren't afraid to compare wealth with anyone. And one of the ways they show off their wealth is by cruising around in super rich yachts like this one, I guess. Number 3, Al Saeed. Now we're really starting to get up there with the big boys. $300 million for a yacht? You have to be kidding me. The Al Saeed is owned by Qaboos bin Saeed Al Saeed, the Sultan of Oman. Not a whole lot is known about it other than it has an enormous concert hall inside of it, big enough for a 50-piece orchestra. That's the thing, some people are rich and they want to show it off, and other people like to keep it a secret. The longest serving Arab ruler was born on November 18th, 1940, into the Al Saeed dynasty. His family had held power dating back to 1744. He received his education in England, returning home to Oman in 1965 and placed under virtual house arrest by his father. The New York Times quoted him then as explaining, "I've watched with growing dismay and increasing anger the inability of my father to use the newfound wealth of his country for the needs of its people. That's why I have taken control." Oman discovered oil on its own soil in the mid-1960s, yet despite the resulting wealth, it remained isolated and poor. He went on to use the oil wealth to develop infrastructure, ranging from paved roads to universities, hospitals, schools, ports, and sports stadiums. Furthermore, the Sultan established diplomatic relations throughout the Arab region as well as with China, the Soviet Union, and the United States. Under him, Oman also joined the United Nations. While he annually undertook a Meet the People tour with Oman, he began appearing less in the public as he grew older. Number 2, Dubai. This yacht comes in at $350 million. It features sunbathing areas, several jacuzzis, and a swimming pool boasting elaborate handmade tiling. Similarly, the interior features intricately designed handmade mosaics and a stunning circular staircase with glass steps, which change color with the light that enters from the top deck. Bold colors dominate the spectacular decorated interior. I mean, it sounds nice, but is it really $350 million nice? I think I might need to live in it for like a year without paying anything before I actually decide and know if I really want to buy it, you know? Now coming in at number 1, streets of Monaco. When I first saw a picture of this yacht, my jaw dropped. I honestly couldn't believe what I was looking at. I mean, at that point, can you even call it a yacht? Like, that's a city on water. Kinda like the city of Atlantis, except this one didn't sink. The first billion-dollar yacht on this list is one of only 3 that has the price tag. It's also the tackiest yacht on this list, without a doubt, as it's made to look like a scaled-down version of, you guessed it, the streets of Monaco. The main apartment of the owner is 4,800 square feet. This thing is super tacky sitting, but still kinda nice at a whopping $1.1 billion. Not accounting for tax, of course, which would probably cost another $1 million or so. But if you buy a billion-dollar boat like this, you've probably accounted for tax and many other things. But that is all, and thanks for watching.